Long ago, when YouTube was flooded with monotonous monologues and breakdowns bereft of true brilliance, fight fans wandered the algorithmic wastelands in search of substance. Their hopes withered, their parlays perished, the land was desolate. But everything changed when BunkyMMA ascended. Forged in the fires of Diego Lopez fanboy rage, and baptized in octagonal chaos of spinning elbows and guillotine chokes, BunkyMMA rose, not as a man, but as a myth, as a messiah of MMA, a breakdown deity. Some called him a parlay prophet. Welcome back to the BunkyMMA YouTube channel. UFC 315 is this weekend, so you know we're going to break down the card. Hopefully, we just repeat what we did UFC 314. We go 100% on the main card. The Bunky Bet cashes. You all triple your money, and we have an awesome breakdown of some UFC fights. Up first, we have Navajo Stirling versus Aimann Erslan. Listen, he is super composed despite being so early in his UFC career, and I feel like Aimann Erslan can kind of get lost in the sauce, you know, and go a little buck wild when he doesn't necessarily need to be. Navajo Stirling is also rocking the knees weak, arms are heavy cut. So I definitely feel like that has to be a buff. I think shaving your head and dyeing it blonde in MMA is at least like +5 speed, +15 agility. So if you want to base it off of anything, I'd base it off of that. Moving up the prelims, we have Modestas Bukauskas versus Aimann Cutelaba. I think the line here is pretty much even. Listen, I am going to go Cutelaba here. I know you're going to look at his record and you're going to think, BunkyMMA, this dude is 19-10. The other guy is 17-6. Listen, let me put you on game. Bukauskas, this guy over here, insane leg surgery. So what I'm thinking is Cutelaba is just going to grind him out. I'm a wrestler. And it's done. Doing up the prelims, we have Jessica Andrage versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, who I'm going to call JJ for the sake of not having to say that name ever again. Listen, if you're consistently tuned into BunkyMMA breakdowns, you know one thing is very, very true here. I believe in the MMA gods. And the MMA gods have in their scriptures somewhere in Dana White's basement that a women's fight on the prelims just has to be a fight of the year contender. So this is going to be a stand and bang banger. With that being said, I'm going JJ here. I just feel like we know Jessica Andrage's role in the UFC. It's to see if these up-and-comers are like that. And I'm going to let you know now, before we even watch the fight, JJ is in fact like that. Also, to be honest with you, and you'll see this in there, she's fucking big for the division. Like, I know we're talking women's flyweight, but just wait. She's going to look huge standing across from Jessica Andrade. And you all are going to be like, oh my goodness. -310 favorite at home. I think it's a lock. Maybe on the Bunky Bet. You'll just have to see. Moving up to the final fight of the UFC 315 prelims, we have Mike Mallot versus Chuck Buffalo. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just broke down the last fight saying, hey, we have a hometown fighter. We have a Canadian fighting in Canada. Those are usually layups. JJ's going to go ahead and win that. Mike Mallot, he's from Canada. He's 11-2. Definitely trying to build him as a budding prospect in the UFC. So it seems pretty obvious, but fucking give me Chuck Buffalo. Listen, Mike Mallot's loss to Neil Magny lives in my, it's like my sleep paralysis demon. Like, sometimes I'll close my eyes and I'll see Mike Mallot getting knocked out by Neil Magny in the last seconds of round 3 in front of his house. He just quit. He quit in Canada. I need to see him win again. And I don't mean I need to see him beat someone like Trevin Giles or however you say it. So, hey, if he beats Chuck Buffalo here, it'll make me look like an idiot. I know he's the hometown guy. I know they're doing this to try to build him up. I'm off. I'm off the Mike Mallot hype train. I'm off completely. I'm taking Chuck Buffalo. We'll see how that one ages. I think it's going to age pretty well. I'm not breaking this one down. Benoit Saint-Denis he's winning. That's like, welcome welcome to the main card. Like, fuck. Benoit Saint Denis, he's beating this guy's ass. I mean, that's all I got for you. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. Alexa Grasso is coming into this one at a plus 200, and I think she should. Listen, Natalia Silva, I think she's really like that. Natalia Silva, listen, I know Natalia Silva is taking these women to a decision, but she fought Jessica Andrage on the back foot the whole entire fight and beat the piss out of her, unanimous. And I know everyone is thinking that Alexa Grasso beat Valentina Shevchenko, but on God, that trilogy against Valentina Shevchenko, I feel like we should have seen a lot of growth from Alexa Grasso, and we just didn't. I feel like the fighter that grew out of those two was Valentina Shevchenko, and Valentina Shevchenko is fucking 36. Like, she shouldn't be the one. She's fucking 37. She shouldn't be the one who's evolving in that trilogy. So the fact that Alexa Grasso stayed a little stagnant kind of doesn't sit right with me. And also, that first win, I know she has the finishing potential. Got Valentina Shevchenko out there, but that was a huge upset. And then on the next fight, where it was the draw, I feel like that 10-8 was ridiculous. Giving it the draw, making it the and still. I definitely think Valentina Shevchenko edged out that second fight. And then, just to put a further pin in it, Valentina Shevchenko dominated her for 5 rounds in the last fight of that trilogy. I just think Natalia Silva, she's on too much of a rise right now. I know Alexa Grasso is such a fan favorite, so I think a lot of people are going to throw money at her. They're going to be like, Alexa Grasso's the dog. Alexa Grasso's definitely going to take that one, but I'm riding with Natalia Silva. If she really makes a statement here and beats up Alexa Grasso like she's been doing these other women, I wouldn't be surprised if we start having a conversation about Natalia Silva being in the flyweight title shot. I can't go with who's the fan favorite. I can go with who's my favorite because I'm fucking BunkyMMA, but at the end of the day, I got to break this shit down the way that I think it's going to go. I think the odds makers got it right. I have Natalia Silva closing this one out, and we start having some real discussions. Jose Aldo, Aiemann Zahabi. We are flying through this main event because I'm just extra confident in these picks, and I'm extra confident that Jose Aldo is going to take out another Canadian. Listen, I just don't think the Canadians are going to go too hot on the Canadian card. I just think there's some sort of curse. There's way too much pressure going into that. And also, I'm not fucking picking against Jose Aldo. I don't know what the hell you think this is. I'm not doing it. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Jose Aldo's coming off of a loss. Bullshit. He won that fight. Everyone knows it. Aimann Zahabi, he's coming off a win. He's 12-2. He's from Canada. He's in Canada. I don't give a fuck. I looked at these odds, and Valentina Shevchenko is actually at plus money. No, that wasn't an editing mistake. I really just wanted you to sit in the silence with that. Valentina Shevchenko just dominated Alexa Grasso for 5 fucking rounds to get back her title. Listen, Fiorot, she's like that. I really, really fuck with Erin Blanchfield. I was rooting for Erin Blanchfield on that fight night. And Fiorot schooled her. But you know why she schooled her? Because Erin Blanchfield can't, punch while moving. I don't know if you guys know this, but Valentina Shevchenko can definitely punch while moving. But listen, I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting Fiorot. Dog, she's also huge for the division. I mean, she is a big girl. That sounds weird as hell, but you're going to see that when she's in there. She's big. She's huge as hell. You watch the fight, the 5-round fight against Blanchfield, took 5 rounds, just beat her ass. I understand she's coming off a really dominant win. I look at her fight Rose Namajunas. I know she beat her unanimous decision. So the point here may be a little invalid. But with the Rose Namajunas fight, when Fiorot's fighting a technical striker, when the strikes are a little more planned out, you can see weaknesses. And we're talking about fucking Valentina Shevchenko with plus money at that. I can't pick against her. I can't bring myself to do it. I love Valentina Shevchenko. I definitely think there's an argument she won that fight against Amanda Nunes where she lost the split decision. I'm a huge fan. And she's one of the goats of the sport. And people aren't talking about that. I mean, one of the all-time goats of the sport, Valentina Shevchenko is. And if you don't agree, I think that just shows how underrated of an athlete she is. I think she's going to beat her. And eventually we're going to see her hang it up. I think maybe she's got maybe 1 or 2 fights. I think she's going to retire on top as well. So I'm all in on Valentina Shevchenko. We're closing out our main card here with our main event of UFC 315. We have Belal Muhammad defending his welterweight title against Jack Della Maddalena. This fight got announced. I immediately was thinking, wow, JDM is definitely going to, I think he's going to beat Belal. I'm very confident he's going to beat Belal. And then I sat there and I thought about it. And I reflected on a few things. Here's the real, genuine, honest analysis. We need Belal Muhammad to win this weekend so that way we can get Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria for the lightweight title. Because if JDM wins, Islam Makhachev is moving up to welterweight. Islam Makhachev is not going to fight Belal Muhammad. So we need Belal Muhammad to win. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to sing the praises of Belal Muhammad because everyone hates this guy. And to be honest with you, a part of me might too. But listen, his mic skills, underappreciated. Sometimes corny. But he was talking shit to Usman the other day. Usman said, there's not anything Belal Muhammad does better than me or something like that. And Belal Muhammad says, I took the head kick better than you. That's objectively funny. His Twitter fingers are fire. I love the Canelo hands narrative. It's awesome. And to be honest, I think he's a good guy. So yeah, I am picking Belal Muhammad to win at UFC 315. Sure, I gave 2 of those rounds to Leon Edwards. I don't really think it was as dominant as people say. But guess what? I really want to fucking see Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. And I know that if BunkyMMA posts a fucking YouTube video breaking down MMA picks, it's gonna be right. So you're welcome. I'm publicly praising Belal Muhammad to feed the UFC. So when that shit gets announced, thank me. Because I fucking did that.
I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money. But I have a healthy obsession with making it.
You heard it. You know what time it is. And to be honest, I know you don't care about the breakdowns. You're here for the Bunky Bet. And I'm here to get you guys money. I am taking Natalia Silva, minus 250, Valentina Shevchenko, plus 112, Belal Muhammad, minus 200. I know last time I threw a 4-piece at you. This time, I'm only throwing a 3-piece because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get y'all racks. I'm trying to get y'all racks like this. This is proof of the Bunky Bet cashing last time. You could be sending me pictures like this, flexing your cash. Natalia Silva, I think she's going to do what she needs to do to Alexa Grasso and continue to prove her dominance. I know what you're thinking. You mean to tell me I have to put money on Belal Muhammad? Listen, do you want to watch Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria? Yeah, we had to do this. Natalia Silva, minus 250. I think she's going to do that thing to Alexa Grasso. Valentina Shevchenko, plus money. Get out of here. I know I'm asking you to put your money on Belal Muhammad, but we have to do this. We have to do this together. We'll see you after the pay-per-view to have my reactions, see how we did. You know the vibes. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all.